Hi YouTube and welcome back to the channel Retail Investing in Trading. In today's video we have a special guest, 19-year-old kid. He's not gonna get insulted. He already knows that he's a young guy who is successfully trading for the past 6 months. He just started trading a year ago and we got him on the interview with traders. So let's bring him in and let's see what he has to say about trading and his journey. Hi, Lach, and welcome to the second interview of the channel Retail Investing and Trading. So I appreciate you coming over. I appreciate you answering to my call. And to start, can you please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit more about yourself, how you started trading, what got you to trade, what was your first Google search? Tell us a little bit about yourself and your journey for trading.
Yeah, that's fine. So I'm Lach, obviously. 19 years old. Sort of got involved in trading just over a year ago. It's sort of been introduced to me by like a family friend. Um, for the past few years, but I never took it seriously. And then I was at university in my first year, and something just clicked. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna really do this. So I went on YouTube. I found the kill, and then I sort of really got interested and really started liking the way it works, and I thought I could do this. Um, and then obviously, I think that was about November time, and then January I signed up to tier one. I spent around 10, 11 months there. I think it was like 10. Um, Basically learned how to trade, back tested all of that stuff, and then I've sort of gone live. I went live in July, so that's basically the long story short, pretty much. But that's pretty much it, to be honest.
What did you what did you backtest in this? And can you tell us a little bit more about backtesting? The funny thing is that actually, I think 2 days ago, I had James Ingram, one of our fellow traders, coming over and doing our first interview. And the main subject, basically, that was, we mentioned it a couple of times, was backtesting. And obviously it's going to happen today as well, but we are sharing kind of a different story because James is demo trading and you're already live. You backtested everything within 6 months. It took him a little bit longer, it took me a little bit longer. His system is different, your system is different. So yeah, tell us a little bit more about your portfolio. What did you backtest? Why did you backtest? What is your expectancy? What you can expect from the system, and how backtesting actually changed your perspective towards trading?
Yeah, so for me, back testing has been very, very important. What I back tested was I started off with trend continuation because I was sort of confident in patterns, right? As in like identifying patterns and stuff like that. And trend continuation for me, it's not difficult, but it's more sort of opinionated rather than um, patterns, right? So I thought if I could sort of really start back testing this and learn from it, um, I'll sort of really see where my weaknesses are, my preferences in general trading. So rather than testing patterns first, I went to sort of what I thought would be the hardest out of all of it to sort of really see where I'm lacking and what needs to improve. And I think I retested about 3, 4, 5 times, different methods. You find out stuff that you like about trading in terms of like how aggressive you want to be, how conservative, what types of entry, that sort of stuff. And I did end up redoing it a few times until I sort of found something I really want to do. And so I did that, and then I tested
Wait, 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 wait,
patterns.
wait. Give me a sec. What is that exactly that you really want to do?
See, I don't know. For trend continuation, I mean, it was obviously it was trend continuation, but what I meant by that was sort of like an entry that sort of really suits me, or like an approach that suits me, if that makes sense. So something like that. Because you just have to suit it to you. You know, if for example, if you want to say enter on a double top every single time or a double bottom, whatever, you know, for me that might not be the
Yeah,
right
yeah.
approach. So it took a few tries to really get that approach, and even now it's not my perfect approach. So you know, I'm still having sort of considerations, you know, of tweaking it down the line or something like that. But that sort of comes after trading live because you realize even more to a bigger extent, you know, how much it suits you. So yeah, that's sort of my story with
Yeah,
the
and how's
techniques.
your, so you said that after like 6 months or so, you started actually forward testing, meaning that you funded your account with some kind of money. Can you share how big of the
Yeah,
amount was, and how are you doing so far? How many trades you took? Did you make any mistakes? Did you find live trading much more harder than it was back testing? Share a journey, share how you felt throughout the live trading, and how did you felt during those backtesting time, because 6 months, how long per day did you spend in front of the charts? Your eyes must hurt a lot.
yeah. My vision, yeah, my vision did actually depreciate for a little bit, and I was getting a bit worried, but it's back to normal now. Um, I mean, I started with a £500 account, so July 1st, and I sort of had a little portfolio. So what I did was I went live and then I carried on testing other things while trading live. So that was sort of my approach. And um, there was a few mistakes towards November. I think there was 1 week of sort of a few mistakes, which did cost me a bit. But you know, the only thing I could sort of do was learn from it. And you know, I'm sort of happy I did that because you know, £500 to me isn't little. Like bigger thing, like bigger scheme of things, it is a very small amount. But you know, in my situation, it's not like a just money you can throw away. So you know, I do really sort of want to perform. I'm not just going to try and throw it away.
Yeah, but
And
after 6 months, you're not down. You traded with a proper risk management, and after six
oh
months of
yeah,
your first live trading, how much you're up?
well, I finished at 5.15%. So
Okay,
yeah,
guys, can you hear? Let me give me a sec. Uh, so this is 6 months of work, and after 6 months, and then forward testing on a 500 quid account, and you're 5% up. And now a lot of people probably, I'm not saying, guys, if you find yourself in this, what I'm gonna say now, you have to change what you do expect from forex trading, because 5% in 6 months is a lot, because Lach just started, and it was his first system, and it's his first forward testing and first live trading. 90 what 5 7% of traders blow their accounts in first 90 days of trading, and Lach started live trading, and in first 6 months, which is 180 days, he's profitable 5%. Now he can play a little bit with the risk management, maybe be a little bit more aggressive, and I'm sure he can double that with the same system. But Lach didn't just, continue trading the same system and then risking more and risking more. He rather added more strategies, and now I can bet that his system now going forward in this 2019 year, you can produce much more than 5%, right? With the same conservative settings for the risk management. Am I right?
oh yeah, yeah, 100%. I mean, the system has been enhanced in terms of you know more strategies added to the portfolio. So there's that aspect, and also you got to remember I've had you know in that first 6 months there was I think a total of about 5 mistakes in about 90 trades, which is still quite good.
How many
But you
trades?
know
How many trades?
about 90.
90 trades per in 6 months. What is that, like 15 trades per month? Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
So almost like 20 working days, 20 trading days basically. So almost traded a day. But tell us, what does your system produces right now?
In
When you
terms
added
of,
all of these strategies, new strategies, when you combined it all together, what is your expectancy? How much do you think you will make in returns if everything goes? I still haven't started trading live basically, but I'm not sure. The cool thing would be if the live trading would be mirroring your backtesting results. That's kind of the whole goal of the backtesting, to get confidence and to see that the live trading is actually the same as backtesting, or not same but close enough. What is it to be expected for this year for you?
I mean, see, realistically, right, the real answer is I don't know, and I'll explain what I mean by that. So, as in, I've got all my numbers and all this back tested data combined, all of that stuff, right? Now that when it comes to live, obviously, you have your, say, your spread will take, however many, 1 to 2 pips per trade. I'm saying 90 trades, that's 180 pips. For me, that would have been at the position I was trading, that's about 3%, right? So there's that cost, there's stuff like slippages, obviously, positive or negative, but a lot of things, you know, sort of play. So back testing in a way is your perfect outcome, but I feel like you have to sort of significantly cut the expectancy down to at least 70 to 50% of it, in my opinion. I think for high frequency
70,
trading,
50. I think you're being a little bit rough, but okay. I mean, we will see. I think that
yeah,
maybe you need to shorten it like 10%, not much more, but we will definitely see. You need a year of data to actually have the proper information, from the live
yeah,
trading. But let's assume in this case that we don't have a slippage. Let's assume that there is not a big spread, and let's assume that it doesn't affect it as much. What kind of percentage, what kind of returns your system is going to churn this year if everything goes perfectly?
I mean, if everything goes perfect, I'd say 40%, but I'd say that's a push. Like I'm confident enough in getting at least 20 to 30%. I'm sort of confident in that. Um, I'd say best case, like perfect scenario would be 40. Now, also, I've sort of taken a different approach in this year. So rather than doing a fixed position size, I'm doing a more of a percentage based approach.
Oh yeah, yeah,
So
I see. So as your account grows, you will start increasing your lot sizes, and
yeah,
that will definitely increase your yearly return, because this is like a proper money management, because there is no point of risking. Yeah, well, if you risk always 1%, then you're risking 1% of a bigger account, or when you're losing, actually you're risking 1% of a smaller account. So there comes that compound
yeah,
effect. Yeah, when you're growing, it's growing much more faster, and yet when you're losing slower. So yeah, that will
yeah.
definitely affect. But I mean, in year second latch, in year second, you have a system that you're confident that will produce 20 to 30%. A
Yeah.
bunch of traders quit before second year, and average, at least what people say, it takes 3 to 5 years to become profitable. You became profitable in your first year after, with just 6 months of work. I mean, it's not just 6 months, it's 6 months of hard work, of actually, busting your ass. But it's really accomplishment to make, and you're just 19 years old. I wish I found trading, and I wish I was where I'm at right now when I was 19 years old.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people say that it's not just you. Everyone sort of wishes they start younger. I, I on the other hand, I sort of So you lot sort of envied that, but for me, I've taken a bigger risk than you could say everyone else in terms of, if this doesn't work out for me, I've got nothing to fall back on. Like I've left myself with no choice. Do you know what I mean? So, there's a lot of people in jobs or with a business, and if they lose or it takes them, 5, 10 years to be consistently profitable, that's fine. There's no worries. But for me, it has to happen because I don't have any other choice. That's the
Yeah,
way
but
I
what
feel.
do you mean? Can you not find a job
But
if it
for me,
doesn't
a
have?
job is, see, I don't, right. I mean, I've got no qualifications, right? So I've dropped out of uni. Um, so if I was to get a job, it wouldn't be uh, any like decent job. It would just be a random one. And my biggest thing is I hate working. I refuse to go into a job. As in, yeah, I'll do it. So I currently work to sort of uphold my expenses, but I I just refuse to work because I see it as a waste of time. I value my time more than £8 or £10 or £15 an hour. For me, that's not worth my time. So I just I got a very strong opinion against jobs like work. So I don't. For me, that is basically nothing. Like for me, if I get to that, that for me is failure. Now, sometimes it has to be done in terms of if you need some quick money or something like that, yeah, I accept that. But for me to be working for 10, 15, 20 years, that's for me, that's a very big disappointment in my life for me.
Okay, and what is your plan moving forward? Okay, so you have a let's say that you produce 30% this year. So obviously you're not gonna stop backtesting. You will add more and more strategies. Maybe next year your system will produce, I don't know, 40% with even lower drawdowns. So that would be very cool system to have. But what is your plan? Are you planning to get more? Are you planning to get investors? Because obviously, and now don't get me wrong, I'm not insulting anyone here, but 500 quid, 40% is just 200 pounds per year, which is not
Yeah,
enough for a living. Yeah.
yeah. No, I agree. My Because of sort of the lack of money I have like currently available, um, I am planning to go into money management, so getting investors. Um, so that's my sort of go-to option. That's my number one plan. Now, obviously, there's a lot of other things I can do, which I haven't really thought about, but there's stuff like education or signal service or mentoring, one-on-one. There's a lot of other things I can do with the skill of trading. So, or even, hedge funds or stuff like that. So, there's a lot of different paths I can go down to, but my sort of preference is money management. That's
Yeah,
what
I
my
mean,
sort of goal has been
let,
the goal for the past year or so.
yeah, you said that you
So
dropped out.
that's sort of what I'm going to be looking into, really.
Yeah, you said that you dropped out,
Yeah,
like you dropped out from everything, and then you have no, you wouldn't get a proper decent job. But I bet that I think that the internet just broke down a little bit. I said basically, you said that you dropped out, but that you have no, that you wouldn't get a proper job. But the thing is that uh, with the skill of trading, when you connect your what is it, my FX book or some, or that website that shows you the realistic returns and your
yeah,
tracks your equity curve and everything, and show that to the potential investor or to the hedge fund manager where you need to trade, and you show them like that you've been consistently turning profits and taking profits out of the market and making it just like, this will be funny for most of the people, like 20% per year. You got your, that's your like resume right there, right?
yeah,
Because 20% is a lot. Now 20% on a 500 pounds or 1,000 pounds is not a lot, and you cannot live off of it. But the thing is that those hedge fund managers and banks, they are trading with millions and billions of dollars, and just
yeah,
just having those 5-10% per year return on $1 million is a lot. is a lot of money. And I mean, the S&P market returns historically on average lower than 10%. I think it's 7 or 8%. And here you are in your first 6 months, you returned 5.15, I think you said. And in the next year, in your first live year of trading, you're planning to return 30%. So that's huge right there. I'm not sure the people who are watching this understand what does 30% mean, because I didn't understand for 2 years how significant this actually is, and that the forex and any kind of trading is basically managing money and not flipping accounts. It's actually small safe returns. I will say smaller, not small, smaller returns on a big money. That's how you make a fortune. That's how you build wealth.
Yeah, I mean, people underestimate if you just compound 30% over 5, 10 years, that grows significantly. So 30% is, considered very good. Obviously, Akil speaks about that a lot. 30% is very good. But if you just put it in a spreadsheet or on your calculator, whatever, when you compound the money, you start realizing how ridiculous that is. So you're sort of playing the long term game. You're not here to get rich quick. Like, it's not gonna happen. You're probably just gonna lose all your money. So I think 30% for me is the first goal. So once I achieve that, then I'll sort of obviously I'll aim higher and higher with similar drawdowns. But 30% is very good. So yeah.
Look at this. So I have a compound interest calculator on my iPhone here. And so I put an example from our interview here: 100 grand, $100,000. Let's say that you trade 10 years and that you can consistently return 30%. What do you think? How much is it? I don't answer immediately. I will post a little bit like a pop up on a video where people will have a chance to answer, just a quick answer and type it in. Yeah, but tell me, Lach, what do you think?
I mean, what, 10 years? 30? I'd say about, oh, 150, say 600K.
1,378,584.92 bucks.
There you go. Yeah, so,
So 10 years from now, if you just get one investor, for example, for him or her to invest $100,000, which is not a lot. Yes, to us it is, but to a lot of people it's not, because nobody can get in the bank 30% return. And if he keeps it with you for 10 years and you then share the profits, you would probably end up making 600,000 payday in 10 years, which means that you actually are netting what, 50, 60,000 grand, $60,000 per year.
yeah.
And just imagine
And
now,
then,
100,000 is nothing. You can get investments up to 500,000. Let's see. Let me do a math with $500,000. So, what do you think? How much is this?
probably about 15 mil. I don't know.
Nah, it's 6.9, almost 6.9.
Yes, I mean, it's ridiculous. See, another thing is, right, like, obviously I'm trading live and everything. I've got a lot of free time, as in, so even if I'm making, just say, 10K a year off my trading, with all that free time I have, I can, work on other businesses or investments or whatever it is. So it just doesn't stop. Like, you've got so much freedom from it. Like, if I was to probably put a number on how much I go on my charts every day, like, if I had to, the minimum amount, I could get away with 30 minutes to an hour a day just checking my charts. So I've got about 15, 16 hours to do something else, to create a business or something like that. So people just underestimate the actual power of trading. It's not even just the returns, it's the free time you get as well. It's, yeah.
Yeah, you can
There's
you
a
can
lot.
check
Yeah.
specifically, when we grow as traders. Yesterday we mentioned, or yeah, 2 days, never mind. So how a swing trader actually, James Ingram, is producing, and there is a link in a video. I'll link it up here when you watch it, where he actually produces, I believe, 53,000 pips in. Let me bring this up.
Mm, can you hear me? Because I don't know if it's still here.
Hey man, I
So
had a problem. Yeah, so basically, sorry guys for this. Yeah, the James had created a system where he's actually checking his charts just once per day, and he's producing his system produced while backtesting 52,761 pip within 10 years. That means that he's averaging around 5,200, 5,200 pips per year. So which equals almost 400 pips per month, which is 4% per month if you, or maybe 2 to 3% per month, depends on risk management. But that's a lot of money.
yeah,
And he's just swing trading on a daily, man. He backtested 28 pairs, and he checks his charts just once per day. Imagine
yeah,
this. So yeah, with this 16 hours, you can add another system which can produce even more, or you can start teaching people and charging this, because you're a
yeah,
successful trader. People would pay to learn directly from you. You can speak on the seminars. I bet that in London, you live in London, yeah?
yeah,
There are a bunch of people who would like to learn how to trade successfully, what is trading all about. And I think that definitely with your skills and with your knowledge, you can definitely help a lot of people. Maybe you can speak on seminars for those students on colleges where you dropped out from. That it can be really inspiring hearing a story from a young guy like yourself.
yeah. I mean, there's a lot you can do. Yeah, I do want to get a bit more credibility behind me. A bit more of a track record. Um, just so I can do all these things because I've only been in the game for about a year. Which compared to a lot of people, that's nothing. There's so many people that have been doing it for over 10 years. Um, Now I just want to get at least 1 or 2 good years under me, so I really have something to show for what I'm saying. Otherwise, not as many people would believe it. So, because everyone wants to see that immediate success. So if they don't see it within the first year, they're gonna be like, "Oh, it's not worth my time." But they don't really look at a bigger picture. So 5, 10 years down the line, what is it gonna be like? So yeah,
Yeah, and you
that's
have all the
definitely
time in the world in front of yourself. I'm
yeah,
29, actually getting 30 this year. And yeah, I mean, 10 years ago, I was in college, but yeah, so to, if I were to start trading back then, whew, imagine what would be now. Just getting the investor returning maybe 20%, it would be crazy. And I agree with you when people quit after even sooner than a year because they think it's not worth their time. And yet they're saying that trading and similar probably professions are scam and that we are just gambling. But the thing is that a lot of people are willing to go to college for 5 years to work for, and it takes 5 years to become have a master's degree. For some people even longer. Yet when they're learning new skill like trading, which can make them significantly more than their profession, obviously depends on the profession and the college, they're giving just maybe a few months, and they want instant gratification and instant success. when in reality it actually takes much, much, much more longer.
Yeah, I mean, even, obviously I'm sort of quite impatient naturally, but so, I've sort of got the confidence in my ability, right? So say, I don't know, I'm confident enough of getting 30% this year. I really just want this year to go quickly because I'm confident of the outcome. So I want to see the outcome already, but I can't do anything about it. I just have to stick to it, and I have to just deal with it and just take it
Yeah,
slow.
I completely understand what you mean. I want this year to end as well, to see what will the results of my daily actions, daily small actions bring me
Yeah,
by the end of this year, so that I can say, wow, what a year, man.
yeah,
Let's smash the next one. And right now I'm already planning, and I'm in that kind of mindset. I'm thinking, what will my today's action, this actual interview with you, help me down the road? What can it bring? 2 years,
yeah,
not tomorrow. It might help me and bring me the investor, or maybe help you and bring you the investor 2 years down the line. But you gotta put the work now. And tell me, Lach, we are coming to the end of this interview. Can you tell us, what would be the like final words for somebody just starting out, or for somebody who is actually going through their journey? What would you suggest to them?
I mean, there's a lot, honestly. But I'd say first, don't be scared. Don't be, you know, like every time you fail at something, it doesn't matter. Just try again. Just learn from it. Everyone makes mistakes. Me, you, like you can't avoid them. You make mistakes. Everyone does it. You just have to learn from it and just not get put down. Just put the work in, like consistently. And I'd say, even aside from trading, build good habits. Whether it's, say, just just a good habit like routine. So say waking up at like 7 every day. Just do it and just keep on doing it and get into the routine of a daily routine. Because then, when it comes to trading, you sort of need to be in a routine to sort of consistently do it. Um,
Yep, yep.
and it's gonna take sorry, it's gonna take a various amounts of time. So it might take me 6 months, it might take someone else 10 years. It doesn't matter, but you just have to take
Yeah,
it at
it
your
took
own
me three
pace.
years, 3 years to get
Yeah,
where I'm at right now. But in specifically, ended with like few words, few short sentences in regards to trading. What are the main takes? What should people take from this talk with you? What are the few main things in regards to trading? Go.
um right. um Create a plan, match it to your system, match it to your personality, like keep on adjusting it to your personality until it hits, and then just follow that plan, and that's it.
I have to add something that I will preach till I stop trading, and probably then backtest everything. Backtest backtest every single thing that you think that might be valuable. It probably is, in one way or the another. Put it down, write it down in your spreadsheet, and then filter it out, and you will see how powerful backtesting is, and what does it actually do to your mindset and to your belief in your system. Would you agree?
Oh yeah, 100%. And it's not even just that. Is you're practicing in a way. Even if it comes back positive or negative. Okay, whatever, you can have. Say you're testing ciphers, whatever, and it's come back profitable. Great, whatever. But you're naturally in your subconscious gonna pick up a lot of the stuff about the market just by looking at it, whether it's to do with ciphers or not. You're gonna notice stuff, and that's just you're just improving yourself. So yeah, I think there's a lot more to it than just knowing your numbers and the confidence. There's a lot to it. So yeah.
Absolutely. And with that being said, guys, backtest everything, create your plan, stick to it, organize your plan, and buy your life, surround yourself with like-minded people. And it's gonna take time. Be patient. Thank you very much, Lach, for coming to this
All
interview.
right.
I hope you like it. I'm looking forward to have another one like 6 months or maybe a year down the road, like a update with everything what you've been through. How was your year? What are you producing now? What strategies have you added to your system, etc. And guys, of course, thank you very much for watching and sticking with us until the end of this interview. I didn't mention anything, but I have to do it right now. Please click down in the right corner of your screen. You see red colored button called subscribe. Click that subscribe button and smash that bell button so that you help that almighty YouTube algorithm rank our videos and so that we can help as many people possible. Lach, your turn.
Um, just I don't know, just set a goal, get there. I don't know, I didn't expect you to give it to me, so yeah. Yeah,
No
just
worries, mate. Just say.
yeah, yeah. I was just sort
Okay.
of saying,
Bloopers at the end of the video, huh?
yeah.
Anyway, let's just finish it. Thank you guys one more time. Thanks, Latch, and talk to you soon again.